Welcome back to Grand Adventure, folks. I'm your host, Mark Guido. We're here in the Eastern Sierra. We're going to explore the Mammoth Lakes and June Lake area, go check out the ghost town of Bodie, explore Obsidian Dome with a little hike, and do some kayaking while we're here too. All on this episode of Grand Adventure, so stick around. Our boondocking spot at 8,000 feet in the Inyo National Forest, near Deadman Summit, is right at the foot of California's towering Sierra Nevada mountains, where they transition first to pine forest and then to high arid alpine. We're about 13 miles north of the resort town of Mammoth Lakes, home to one of the nation's most popular ski resorts, Mammoth Mountain Ski Area, which is bustling with summer activity, including mountain biking and scenic gondola rides. Unfortunately, we're east of both the Ferguson and Lion fires, which means, depending on which way the wind's blowing, we're often downwind of heavy smoke, like that obstructing what would be an otherwise stunning view of the minarets. We're also about 5 miles south of the resort town of June Lake, a charming small community that has just the right amount of summer visitation. Those are the lower slopes of June Mountain Ski Area in the background. June Lake stretches east of town, while on the west side of town is the much smaller Gull Lake, which looks much too inviting to ignore for a relaxing paddle. Established in 1917, the Gull Lake Marina is the perfect place to pick up a fishing license or a cold beer, or grab a burger from the grill on their expansive deck. Boat launching from their facility is free of charge. North of June Lake, in the town of Lee Vining, Mono Lake is noted for its distinctive tufa towers, calcium carbonate spires and knobs formed by the interaction of freshwater springs and alkaline lake water. The terminal lake, Mono Lake's waters are 2.5 times saltier than ocean water. Its beauty was lost on Mark Twain, who once wrote that it was the loneliest spot on earth, little graced with the picturesque. Further north of Mono Lake, the historic ghost town of Bodie is a must-see stop in the Eastern Sierra. This is Bodie, or rather, what remains of Bodie. Only about 5% of the buildings that existed in Bodie's heyday of 1877 to 1881 are still standing. But California State Parks and the Bodie Foundation are doing their best to preserve those structures that remain. Following the decline of the 1849 California Gold Rush, prospectors left the Western Sierra and explored the Eastern Sierra for their next big strike. Gold was discovered here in 1859, and mining progressed slowly until 1875, when a mine collapse revealed a rich body of gold ore. Some 8,000 residents flocked to Bodie, hoping to make it rich. At its peak, Bodie was home to 30 different mines and 9 stamp mills, as well as 60 saloons, numerous bordellos and opium dens in Bodie's Chinatown. Although Bodie's boom days were short-lived, mining continued in the town on a limited scale until 1942. California State Parks purchased the town in 1962 to preserve its historic buildings and artifacts. The town is now in a state of arrested decay, which means that the building's roofs, windows, and foundations are repaired and stabilized, but not restored. One of the best preserved ghost towns in the nation, a stroll through Bodie is like taking a walk back through time. Ancient people, including the Mono Paiutes, used obsidian to craft arrowheads and knife blades. Although somewhat rare, this naturally occurring shiny black volcanic glass can be seen everywhere on Obsidian Dome, a gigantic lava dome located just behind our campsite that last erupted less than 1,000 years ago. This may be the most bizarre stretch of land that I've ever hiked through. I felt like Frodo Baggins walking into Mordor, and half expected to find Gollum, or bands of orcs around every turn. As we walked back through the Sierra forest to make the hike into a loop, we found a bubbling mountain stream for Zoe to cool off in. After such a hot and dusty hike, it seemed that an upscale camp dinner was in order. So our time in the Eastern Sierra has been an absolute boatload of fun, but I gotta be honest with you, it's time to go. For one thing, there are 14 major wildfires burning in California, all the way from north to south. We've been affected while we've been here by the smoke from the Ferguson fire near Yosemite and the Lion fire west of Mammoth Lakes. You can see over my left shoulder the haze if you look off toward Wilson Butte. We've had smoke off and on in the 5 days that we've been here, depending on which way the prevailing wind's been drifting. It seems like every afternoon it blows in like this. And really, no matter which way we head from here, we're going to encounter 100-degree heat and smoke, 100-degree or more. So we made a decision. We're going to make a leapfrog, a major leapfrog here. We're going to head east when we leave here across the state of Nevada and actually stop for a couple of days at home in Salt Lake City before we continue eastward into Colorado. So we hope that you'll come along with us. If you're not yet one of our grand adventurers, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up down below. And also for your feedback, your comments, we would absolutely love to hear from you. Use the comment section down below this video on YouTube, and we'll do our best to respond to each and every comment. And until next time, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you soon.